Okay, today we're going to talk about the common dandelion. And as you can see, a rosette right here and a rosette right here. Now, we're only going to talk about the roots and the leaves today. The dandelions are found on all the continents and have been gathered since prehistory. But the variety cultivated and consumed is mainly native to Eurasia, which is what these are. These are the common dandelions. There were and are native plants, such as the northern dandelion here in the United States, but we're going to discuss the common dandelion, which is worldwide, okay? Now, found along roadsides, lawns, grassy areas. It enjoys the sunlight, so it's not going to really be in the deep woods unless you find it in an area where the sun's filtering down through the trees. So, we refer to it as a weed. We fight it all the time. People are trying to kill off this weed, and they call it that, and it's a real shame because there's a lot of good nutrients and value to this plant. The English name dandelion is a corruption of the French dandelion, which means lion's tooth, which refers to the coarsely toothed leaves. I have one here I pulled up that you'll see. Let's get one leaf here. See these coarsely toothed leaves, okay? You see that there? How the leaves jut in. Now, this is a dandelion. Just starting out. Now, this root broke off. Couldn't get down. It actually grew at an angle, as you see. So when I went to dig for it, I actually cut part of it off. But this root can get up to 2 feet long. Usually 18 inches or so is a good-sized dandelion root. And if you dry this root out, okay, clean this root off and dry this root out. This makes a wonderful coffee substitute. Now, a lot of people don't like different tasting wild plants, edible plants, but the coffee substitute for this is pretty darn good. Okay, I know there's a lot of hardcore coffee people out there that coffee's coffee and there ain't no, well, this is pretty good. This is a pretty good substitute for coffee. When the leaves are really small, like this, or like a young leaf like this, they're good tasting and they're tender and they're pretty nice. But when they start getting older and really large, well, when you get like 6-8 inch leaf and it starts getting really big or older, it starts getting bitter. Now, here's a dandelion leaf. This will be getting a little bit to the large stage and just about ready to start getting bitter. You can see how this channel runs through the center of the dandelion leaf. It grows in a rosette, so it grows out in a circle all around itself, as you can see here in the grass. It grows in a circle. The idea is that these leaves will smother out this grass. As this plant gets bigger, it will smother out the grass, take over this area, and all the water that rains down on here will be channeled down the leaf and into the root, down to the taproot, where all the nutrients and everything is stored. Now, if you come along and spray and kill the top part of this plant, this root is still in the ground. And this will regenerate itself from that root. Even if, since I broke this off this far down and it's a good 3 inches down in the ground, 2-3 inches in the ground, it will regenerate from that root. It's a hard plant to kill. It's a perennial, so it lives for at least 2 years and usually lives for longer. It comes and originates, the common dandelion, from the subarctic Eurasian area after the last ice age, excuse me. And it's adapted from everything from shorelines to mountain slopes to steeps to just everywhere humans are. You can pretty much find a dandelion. In Alaska they have dandelions, and Hawaii they have dandelions, and all over. As I said, the root system is a taproot. It anchors the plant. It can regenerate from being broken off if not pulled. If you don't get this whole thing, it's going to come back. So this one will come back. What it does is it stores all the water and nutrients and everything deep underground in the taproot. And you can see these little roots that go off the side of it. And this helps the plant to regenerate quicker in the spring. And that's why dandelions are some of the first ones to come up and some of the first plants to actually blossom and bloom, where you get that lovely yellow dandelion head that everybody knows. Kirsten, would you hand me a dandelion head, a flower? So, the rosette catches the sun. Thank you, dear. Rosette catches the sun and channels the water down to help feed. The leaves are green. The leaves are edible. Now, let's talk edibility. If you are allergic to latex. This is a plant to stay away from. This whole plant. I know some places say, oh, the leaves have latex in them because when you break them open they have a white milky substance in them. And I don't know if I can get any out of these because they're so small. But, or the stems, if you break the stem off, there you can see a little bit of whiteness right there at the end of that stem that she handed me. That is latex. That little bit on my finger right there. Let me get my magnifying. That little bit on my finger, oh, the shade, is latex. Let me come around the other way here. Oh, nice root, yes. So, yeah, you can see that little whiteness on the end right there. Here, let me get this. See that whiteness on the end of that? That's the latex on the end. Now, Kirsten's got a real nice root here. Thank you, Kirsten. She's got hers broke off too. It's hard to get out, but there's the root. Okay, and you see these little green pods? These are the little flowers getting ready to come up on stems, or should I say florets? We'll get to the flower part later. Florets getting ready to come up, and they're going to make a stem and come up. As you can see, the white down in here, that's latex down in there. So if you are allergic to latex and you get contact with this plant, you can have a reaction. So back to eating wild edibles. If you eat wild edibles, you're taking this on your own. I claim no responsibility. I'm showing you what is edible, but it's up to you to decide if you can eat it, because everybody's going to have different reactions to different plants. So I don't want anybody calling me up going, you told me I can eat it, because no, not going to happen. Alright, deeply toothed notch, green, shiny, hairless. Now, the bottom of the leaves, to tell if you have a dandelion, let's pick a leaf here. Deeply lobed leaves. The underside of the leaf is hairless. There are no hairs on that leaf. Okay? Now, some plants do. There are no... If you find a leaf that is not exactly like this and looks like a dandelion, there are no known poisonous dandelion lookalikes in North America. Okay? In North America, there are no poisonous dandelion lookalikes. So you're pretty safe on that bet. But remember, if you're allergic to latex, you could have a problem. Now here's a plant growing near the dandelion. Nope, that is a dandelion, never mind. That was a different sheet leaf. See, there's a different shaped leaf, but that is still a dandelion. The deep lobes, the cut end, the lion-looking teeth. See the teeth? What they would refer to as lion's teeth on there. Now, later on, and not in this video, we'll get to the floret, and we'll get to the stalks. Now, the stalks, the stalk here can get 6 to 8 inches tall, usually in a field of grass such as this, but they can get up to 33 inches tall in like wheat or hay or something like that. Up to 33 inches high the dandelion can get. So now you know what to look for. These small rosettes, well, sometimes they're even larger, but the leaves are deeply toothed, hairless. There's no spikes, no stems or anything else on there. And we'll follow this plant along a little longer when it all starts blooming. Here in southwest Ohio, we have very few blooms going on right now. So we're not going to get to that point. This is the first part. So 1 of 4 coming on the dandelions, and we'll come back to these. If you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email. You can either reach me at Rich the Ridge Hunter at Yahoo. You can reach me at Rich the Ridge Hunter on Skype, and yes, you may add me, or you may reach me here through YouTube. So I thank you. I thank you all for watching. Thanks, Kirsten, for your help, my daughter, and we'll catch you on the next one.